All right, cool. All right, I gotta figure out how to format this. Welcome everyone. Different stream today because we're on a time crunch. I gotta get the stream and the video done, and I haven't started either. I've started the video, kind of like the scripting part, but like not the recording and all that. So I have a little over 6 hours to get both done, and I need the stream to be 2 hours, and the video has to go out before midnight. So we're, again, kind of overlapping a little bit because I can't do the stream after the video, because after the video goes out, I don't want to start a stream because notifications. So we're doing this one now. Basically, what we're doing is a top 10 loadouts video, because obviously in COD Mobile you can have 10 total loadouts. So the concept is the only 10 loadouts that you need in CODM. And then there's a couple more details too, but I want to pull up the document and we can look at that, and then we'll like go in the game and you guys can kind of help me build stuff out, because I haven't actually built the loadouts yet. I have the guns, but I don't have the loadouts. So we're gonna go from there. And I want the video to kind of be, you guys will see. Let me pull up the script and what I've done so far, and then we can go from there. Trying to think if I should pull it up on the tablet and then switch over to tablet view, or I should do display cap. Pull it up on the tablet real quick and see how it looks. I'm not sure if we'll be like editing in this stream, because I need to edit efficiently. Well, no, even if I'm not editing efficiently, I'm still being more efficient editing on stream than playing if I'm trying to get the video done and have as much time as possible to edit. So we might actually end up editing and like working on it and recording live. But I was thinking start the stream with like the beginning, like building the loadouts, and then get some gameplay and then use that gameplay in the video. But this video should be like a 4-minute video. So I actually don't know if we need gameplay the way that I'm thinking of formatting this, but it's always good to have the gameplay ready. So maybe we'll play a little bit, but just letting you know, there's a good chance I don't play. And this is mostly just focused on actually creating the video. All right, I got the busy ass document that I made. It's not very coherent. It's just a bunch of stuff I've been thinking of and like typing in it, but I'll pull it up. I think the tablet might be better. Also, sorry I'm not reading chat right now. I have like 4 windows up right now and chat is not one of them. It will be soon, but I gotta get things set up. Oh yeah, tablet looks great. Can I edit this? Oh yeah, I can easily. Yeah, we'll do it on the tablet. All right, there we go. That means I can change one of the views to the YouTube chat. All right, there we go. First dislike, yes, that's the very first comment I see in chat. Nice. Gonna do a custom room. If we do gameplay, maybe, but again, there's a decent chance we're not actually doing gameplay and we're just doing like scripting of the video and then recording and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see. There's a good chance this isn't a stream that, you know, has a ton of viewers because it's not a gameplay stream. It's making the video, but I mean, the title and thumbnail might pull some. We'll see. All right, so the script that I have so far is kind of interesting. The way I was thinking of introing the video is a quick, like 30-second intro. That's kind of like Hamza's videos. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him, but basically his intros, like he does a lot of videos on like being a man in this world and like advice for men, but his intros always are like a quick animation to like drive home the main point of the video. So he has these 2 characters that he has all the time. It's Adonis and Jeffrey, I think it is. And so he'll be like, Jeffrey is blank, and he describes like what most people are. And then he'll be like, Adonis is this, and like what people are striving to be. And then the video is like, here's how you go from this to this, right? So I've seen that a couple times, and I'm always really impressed by the animation of it at the start. It might be a long shot to do with the amount of time that I have to get this video done. But I feel like if it's like a quick 30-second thing, I could at least kind of try it out. And also the goal of my upload streak this month, not streak, it's my upload like 5 days a week thing that I'm doing. The goal of that is to mostly just kind of push the boundaries of content for me and do a bunch of different things, and then, you know, learn from that. And then when, you know, Warzone Mobile comes, or I'm like really grinding or like, you know, getting a big pop-off moment, I'll have like tested a bunch of different things and I can see what I'm capable of and all that, blah, 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 blah. Basically, I'm just doing a bunch of different things. I'm trying to get really creative with my my content this month. So again, I think we could try to do something like this, but it might be a waste of time with a video like this. I don't really know. we're definitely wasting time just talking about it as much as we are. So anyway, basically, the intro is what I'm thinking of is something where it kind of like I indirectly reference COD mobile YouTubers. So the thought was I would reference 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡𝗚, Ferg, and Bobby, and then kind of Noah as a joke. And the reason I would reference them, these three specifically, which if you look in this script, which the script of the video actually would start like right here. So it'd be something like, if you clicked on this video, your name is either Nolan, Luke, or Drake. Maybe Noah, but we don't really talk about Noah. And I said that really quick. I might reformat it though, because I don't think it's the best way to do this. But basically I'd say something like that. And then I'd go, wait, your name isn't one of those? Well, now it is. Because, again, kind of corny. I might change this up, but this was just me talking in like a voice memo, trying to get an idea down. I said, well, now it is because there's 3 types of COD mobile players, and you're one of them. The first is Nolan. Nolan is 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜. Again, just indirectly doing it. I'll make like a little character. I don't know. And then Nolan is a aggressive player who always does aggressive things. And then Luke is a slow tactical player and prefers to do things blah, 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 blah. Basically, I'm just saying there's different ways to play. Again, this is super corny, but I just was trying to get something down. And then basically it goes into a sliding. Oh God, this is so hard to explain. I have like a vision of it, but it's hard to like type down. But basically then it would go into the loadouts, and the loadouts would be super quick. It wouldn't be a 10-minute video. It's literally just me showing loadouts on a scale from aggressive, or no, we'd start out with passive and we'd go down to aggressive. So these are the 10 loadouts that I have. If you look at the very bottom, this is kind of where I've landed. So starting with the most aggressive, we'd go R9, and then Fennec, Switchblade, CBR, Krig, SKS, Kilo, Holger, Chopper, Locust. And then for each of them, I'll just show the loadout essentially. So I think the way that we're going to do this to be efficient is the first thing is to find out the 10 loadouts based on these weapons that I have. And then after that, I think maybe try to get some gameplay with them in customs, just so I have the footage. And then at that point, I think we'd probably be done with the stream and I can get into recording and all that. Which I'm realizing right now, I don't think I'd be able to record and do stuff too much on stream, because I have to be in my own, like, I'd have to be fully focused when I do that. And I think with the audience and streaming, it'd be pretty difficult to do. But yeah, aggressive with the Locust, you sure? No. So you might be misunderstanding how this is. It's a sliding scale. So the top of the list is the most aggressive. The bottom is the most passive. The middle is the most versatile. So I'm formatting this in a different way than most COD mobile YouTubers do things, where they typically will be like, here's a top 10. Here's the 10th, best weapon. And then they go through and it's like, oh, this is the best weapon. I always have had a hard time with that, because best is weird, because it depends on your play style. So I wanted to approach it in a way that was a very simple to understand concept, but also allows people to pick based on their play style. So I would show kind of like the best weapons in order of passive to aggressive. So again, or in this case, aggressive to passive. So most of these also are based on like worlds and stuff. So I kind of had a theme, because I was hoping to get some of the builds from the actual players. IDK about that intro though. Again, Mike, the way I explained it is really shitty. The vision that I have, I think would work really well. Again, it just has to be scripted in a different way, and it'd be super, super quick. The main point of it is just to reference that there's different types of players. Like that, the idea of it, again, I don't know how to execute it on it yet. I spent like a minute just saying that in a voice memo. But the main idea that I want to go for is to get people to understand that there's different play styles, and that the video is going to show you different builds for different play styles. And it's going to be really quick to do that, but also have a small element of humor and personality. I was trying to figure out how to do it in that way. And then also reference other YouTubers, because that's always a bonus for content. So those are the elements that I want. How to actually make them work together, I don't quite know yet. I feel like you should have done it next season. We can do it next season, but I need to get a video today, and this is one that I thought I could do relatively quick. Yeah, so enough talking about it. Let's just get going. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop into COD Mobile. And then we can start working on these builds. Again, starting with R90, Fennec, Switchblade, CBR, Krig, SKS, Kilo, Holger, Chopper, Locust. And again, I gotta do this quick, because we're working with pretty big time constraint here. We have 6 hours to do the stream and the video, which, since I'm combining them together, helps a lot. There's a lot of overlap. Okay. And yeah, maybe the intro can come later. I think what I'll probably do is make the video without the intro, and if I have some spare time, do the intro and fit it in. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure I kind of fit some personality in it in some way, in some kind of fun, creative way. And I think that idea would work. Again, just has to be executed right. And if it doesn't work, I could always just, you know, not do it. Like I could record the actual top 10 part and then try the intro. And if it just doesn't fit, it doesn't fit and we'll cut it. I wanted to experiment. Anyway, so starting with the number one class, it's going to be the R90. And I think the way that we should do this is just steal the R90 class from stage 5 that they did in, that I think Q9 used in Summit, or Wolves. I think it was Wolves. And then maybe make adjustments, but I mean, it was insane in stage 5, so it's probably the best R9 loadout we can get. And I think Bobby included it in one of his top 5 videos or something, so let me go check real quick. Yeah, he did top 5 guns in COD Mobile's $1.7 million tournament. I think he was in here. Does he show the loadout? Well, he might not show the loadout.
The PP19 Bison, arguably the best LMG in the game, although I think there is some consideration to be given to UL736. Now, there's been buffed. We'll have a different video covering that.
He called the Bison an LMG?
With the fact that it has very
oh, no, he said
damage, makes it a phenomenal option
know.
even when you are playing the inside of hardpoint, because you have so much potential to be able to pre-fire doorways. The third and final honorable mention is going to go to the R9. While the shotguns in the game, this is the only one that we talk about on a consistent basis, and even though we did see one map where somebody dropped crazy numbers with the KRM, it wasn't really ever used outside of Summit. The fast second shot following up the first shot with the R9 makes it a lot more forgiving than the KRM, and the ability to build for bullet spread accuracy gives it much more range as well. Because of this, for players that know how to use it in the right angles, the R9 can be used on just about any map, whether it be on control or in hardpoint. I wouldn't recommend it for search and destroy unless you're using it on Summit. But we did see multiple instances where this was able to dominate because...
Huh. I don't see a build. How do we want to build this then? Does someone have a video that's like a really good R9 build? We can go from there. Or should I just build it from scratch? R90 build CODM. We kind of steal people's content here. Veg did one 5 months ago. Oh, I think Ferg actually talked about it too.
All the weapons in the top 5 are high skill gap. Speaking of that number, however, coming in here is the DLQ. I know you're thinking, what about this double trap jet?
Oh my god, bro. What shot, bro?
2 more honorable mentions on the list. We have to go to the R9 shotgun, which is by far the best primary shotgun in the game, just beating out the KRM with its better range due to it having a double pump. And
he flashed that shit up so quick. All right, so Ferg's build, because we'll start here, is R90. Let me move chat too. I can still have it while I'm pulling up videos. Aggro build for the R9. Yeah, we're doing aggro on it. I want it to still be slightly versatile. I know it's the most aggressive in this scale of weapons, but I still want it to be slightly versatile because it's just, I don't know, just a little bit. Like not the most versatile R9, just a little bit of versatility. I don't want to build completely like we're barrel stuffing people the entire time. Aerith has a really good one. Let me do Ferg's and then look at Aerith's and we'll adjust. Okay, so Ferg's is throwing the hopper. It is the choke, the MIP extended light barrel. I kind of don't like how his editor puts effects on the loadout. I know it looks cool, but it makes it hard to understand. Function over fashion. MIP extended light. See, is that the light barrel short? No, it's extended light. OWC laser tactical. Music going again. OWC laser tactical. MFT heavy smooth bore. Yeah. Granulated grip tape. Okay, so where does this put us? Okay, interesting. Let me look at Aerith's real quick. Is DLQ number 1? DLQ is not even in it. In the list, I have the Locust as the only sniper besides the SKS, and I have a reason for that. I could tell you. I was going to say, I was probably going to wait to say it for like the video, but since you guys are just watching me make the video, it's going to get said at some point. The reason I did the Locust over the DLQ is because the Locust is more versatile in the sense that if you only have one sniper, I would take the Locust over the DLQ because you can make it essentially a slightly worse DLQ by adding stopping power, or you can make it a better, more aggressive sniper by not having stopping power. So if you could only choose one sniper, I would take it for that reason, because you can flip-flop and switch play styles depending on how accurate you're feeling. If you're really accurate, then you can go faster and have no stopping power, but if sometimes you're not as accurate, you can take the stopping power off, and you still have the exact same weapon, you have all your camos on it, you're grinding it, blah, 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 blah. DLQ kind of is just the DLQ. So that's why I said it. And it'll surprise people, make people comment, and I get more engagement, so better video performance. And then the other one is the SKS, which is the marksman. And then that one is just CSKS. It's the highest risk to reward weapon in the game easily. Like if you have incredible aim, if you're Lucas, you can make it the best gun in the game. But if you aren't at that top percent, it can fall off very quickly, especially if you're playing against people with really good movement. So it's going to be talked about in the video, but it's definitely not a weapon that I would suggest to, you know, newer players and all that. A very tough one to use properly, but it's fun. If you're like that, I think that's probably what I'll say in the video. If you're having a day where you're just popping off, you're not missing shots, pull this thing out and see how you do. Okay, Aerith's R90 build. Did she make a video on it, or does she just stream and like you're a viewer and you know what it is? Because I don't see anything about that. Well, Aerith's been doing like CODM edits. It's pretty cool. I haven't really seen her content. Did like Kith or Path do a video on it? Oh, shit, did Kith do a video? I feel like I saw one recently. Yeah, his top 10 guns. I feel like he mentioned it at some point. Honorable mentions, maybe?
Are the total opposite of the SVD, as it can one-shot hitting the chest up to 30 meters with an infinite range when it comes to headshots. If you can get well-placed shots along with its lightweight mobility, the XPR can be a reliable weapon.
Might be wasting time doing this.
However, you can use the SKS if you want to play builds the way you like it, so make sure to all around in this list. However, thanks to its fast mobility, fast of it received, it is still a promise. Next up, we have the chopper hat, thrown weapon for the current. It is moving on to our top, and the only difference they have is that the recoil might hold you down a bit, but you can always compensate for your missed shots thanks to its fast fire rate. Being used the CB6. The Greg 6 has been a dominant.
I don't see the R9 in it. Weird, because I typed in R90 Kith and it was the first thing to pop up. What is Veg's build? Let me check that real quick.
Alright guys, so I have...
Is there a way to get the build from the Wolves player? If I could just do that one, that'd be awesome, because then I could reference it in the video. Path to the top 10? Is the R90 in it? Maybe it was that video I saw. He did top 5 weapons. He listed it. He didn't talk about it though. It's not. He doesn't talk about it as in it's not in the video. Okay, what's Vegs? I'm just trying to compare them. Like if multiple YouTubers use the same one, then we're good. But if there's variation, then I'm gonna have to look a little bit deeper into it. Right now, I'm trying to optimize time. Again, that's my biggest focus. Maybe I'm spending a little too much time on it, but we'll see. When does he show the build? See, this is part of the reason I'm actually making this video is most YouTubers kind of just do the gameplay, like showing it. I want to just literally make a video, like quickly just showing stuff. It's also because today I got no sleep last night. Tommy got into chocolate, which is right behind me sleeping. And so he was throwing up yesterday, so I couldn't sleep because I was watching him. So I'm on a couple hours. So my brain is absolutely fried. That's why I'm doing a video like this, a top 10. And stealing from YouTubers. I'm sorry, but like I have to get a video done today and I literally have no mental capacity. And that's why we're combining it. I'm doing the laziest thing I can, to be honest, but I have to. Dude, Veg doesn't even show it in the fucking video. The build. Time to go to the comments. Maybe we have chat. Maybe we have you guys get involved, and we do like a vote. You guys just vote whether or not this is the build I talk about, and then if you vote otherwise, then you guys can let me know what attachments to do and change it. Yeah, let's just do it based on chat. We're gonna use the collective knowledge of 80 people. I feel like that's better than me going around finding YouTubers stuff, because I'm sure you guys have watched these videos and you already have that knowledge in the back of your head. So I think the best way to do this is to pull from your knowledge. So I'm gonna make a poll. The poll is this R9 build or change. Use that. And then the second option is change. If you vote change, please type in and let me know what attachment you want to change or multiple. And then I'll kind of read all of yours and we'll average out and see where we get. So the goal of this is to make it a very aggressive R9, but still versatile enough to be playing, you know, at, you know, using it at like 10 meters away. You know, I don't want to like a barrel stuff R9. I want something that will work in most engagements if you're positioning properly and playing aggressive properly. All right, the poll's up. Go ahead and vote. While you guys are voting for the next minute or two, I'm gonna keep trying to hunt down 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗚𝗜 build. I don't know where the fuck he showed it in this video. And I don't know why YouTube's not showing me like the most replayed part of the video, because typically that's how you find a build, because everyone skips to it. Also, sorry I'm not reading chat that much. My brain, I'm focusing on the video thing, and if I get involved in chat, I'll get sidetracked and we'll lose time. I don't see it in the comments either. %70 of people say use that. And it's rising. All right, we'll do this. Oh, one thing that I have to do. Okay, I'm kind of dumb. I actually don't know if it matters that much, but the best way to do this, I think, would be to set these up in order. So starting with 1 and then going all the way through. But that's such a small, like, nitpick. Because I could just screenshot it and show it in the edit. I don't have to like scrub through these. So yeah, we won't do that. Yeah, we won't do that. Okay, so we're using this R9. Maybe I'll adjust it later. Maybe we'll go through and make some adjustments at the very end. But first, let's just get the shit down. Yeah, it's 80% use that. 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗚𝗜 is streaming? Oh, I could just ask him. I doubt he remembers, though. This is a 5-month-old video of the R9, which I'm sure he barely uses. We'll just use Ferg's build. I assume he did enough research for this to at least be okay. Okay, first one, R9. We got to move quicker here. Second one is... Gotta pull up the document again. My tabs are all over the place. Okay, the second one is the Fennec. Wait, I could just copy this to number 1. I'm so dumb. Well, I'm going over my loadouts. That's kind of annoying. That's fine. None of those loadouts I actually care about. Number 2. Number 2 is Fennec. How do we want to build the Fennec? This is number 2 in terms of aggression. I want this to be a slightly more versatile than the R9O. It's still very aggressive. And I think 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗚𝗜 made a video talking about that, and I always trust his build, so I'm going to go look at what he had. I think he had multiple. We'll just pick the one that we think fits the best and adjust if we need to. 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗚𝗜.
This year's equal or have a better view when you ADS, you can replace the stippled grip tape in exchange with an operator foregrip, a red dot. The fourth spot is the Fennec, finally bouncing back into the meta. With the buffs it received, Fennec can now 4 to 5 shot a target up to 15 meters depending on where you hit them. The 4 shot might not be consistent since you have to hit the chest or the head, and Fennec's recoil might hold you down a bit, but you can always compensate for your missed shots thanks to its fast fire rate. The Fennec also has a tight hipfire spread, which is a huge advantage for close range fights, so you won't have to ADS that much. Considering all these, Fennec will be the best CQC weapon for this season. I personally think this is the overall best build for the Fennec. If you don't...
Overall best. Is that what we want, or do we want to go on the more aggressive side? Let me look at all the builds he has, and then we'll mix and match. Okay, so this build that he has is mono, no stock, 5 milliwatt, cinematic A, stippled grip tip. So we're gaining mobility, we're losing accuracy, we're getting a little bit of range, we're losing a little bit of control. That makes sense for where we're putting this on the list
You
of
don't need a recoil control attachment.
aggression.
However, if you want to tone down the recoil or have a better view when you ADS, you can replace the stippled grip tape in exchange with an operator foregrip, a red dot optic, or any attachment of your choice. I've also noticed that many players like to use the steady stock to reduce the hit flinch. I wouldn't really recommend you using it.
No, we're using this on the aggressive side, so I think the changes that he talked about I wouldn't make, because again, this is on the aggressive side of the video. Hessing, you said mono suppressor, no stock, 5 milliwatt operator, foregrip, extend meg A. So you were just saying operator over stippled. So yeah, exactly what 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗚𝗜 was just saying, I'm pretty sure. I actually do think I want to go operator on this. I think for the audience that we're trying to hit with it being a top 10 video is I think a little bit more of a general audience, and general audiences probably would prefer something a little bit easier and a little bit more versatile just on average. So I think operator actually is safer to go here. Although we are sacrificing quite a bit of ADS because we're losing it now with this attachment, and we're also losing it because we had more with stippled. It's like, what, 13% difference? I mean, considering how fast the Fennec really is, I mean, I could mention in the video, you could just swap the two, like Kith said, but I say we go with this one. I like how it just says ADS time, no percent. Here, chat, quick poll from you guys while we go into the third weapon, and then I'll come back and change it. Should, for the video, as the second most aggressive weapon in the list, right after the R9, should this Fennec build have the operator foregrip or stippled? All right, the poll is out. So again, the difference here is with operator, you're getting better recoil control, but you're losing ADS time. And not only are you losing ADS time by having the attachment, you're also losing the ADS time that you would have had by having stippled on plus sprint to fire delay. Sprint to fire delay on it, to me, is not that big of a deal. But downsides here is the bullet spread, horizontal and vertical. So really, you're just deciding whether or not you want the Fennec to be more versatile or slightly better at being aggressive. But I do, again, feel like this thing already ADS is so fucking fast, and sprint to fire is not that big of a deal if you slide. That I feel like the versatility you get from the operator trumps the stippled. So that's what I'm going to lean towards, but curious to see what you guys said. So that's our second one. Now for the third most aggressive on my list, I have the Switchblade. And with the Switchblade, I think Veg has a really good build. I'm going to go look at his video, but I think we'll probably just go with that one to start. You guys are saying operator, like 80%. Granted, I did kind of sway the poll the way I was talking, but still. Switchblade Veg. 4 months ago. No, he did a video recently. Oh, that might have been CBR, actually. What was his last Switchblade video? Well, first of all, chat, let me actually ask you. Do you guys, so let me read you the list one more time, and let's make sure we're on the same page about the list. Because I was kind of torn on this part. So, on the on the weapons, again, from most aggressive to most passive, R90, Fennec, and then Switchblade, and then CBR. In between Fennec and CBR is where I was kind of, I didn't know if I should do the Switchblade or if I should move the CBR up and put the Bison after the CBR. But I feel like overall functionality and for this list, I feel like it'd be better to have the Switchblade as opposed to the Bison. But is there any other weapon that maybe should be here? Mac 10? Is the Mac 10 better? Would the Mac 10 fit better than the Switchblade? Remember, we're moving more into the versatile category. So I want a weapon that is more versatile than the Fennec, but less versatile than the CBR4. Yeah, the ADS of the Fennec is already super fast. No. M13 can be aggressive, versatile. I swapped out Fennec for it. SVD over Locust. Maybe. I just kind of want to say the Locust because I'm a Locust fanboy. And it will cause controversy for the video. What is the question? The question is mostly, do you agree with the Switchblade being on the list, or should a different weapon be here? Switchblade is less versatile than CBR, fire rate slower than the Fennec. I know, exactly. That's why it's the middle of the list is the versatile part. The more you go up, the more you get aggressive. The more you go down, the more you go passive. Okay, I think Switchblade stays. I don't think we're going to overcomplicate it. We'll just leave it. It doesn't matter too much. In terms of the build of the Switchblade, I think Kith also talked about it in his video, so I'm going to go pull that up, and I'm going to look at Vegs and see how they compare. Kith, top 10. I think he did Switchblade.
Brick, which would have been better by sacrificing a bit of mobility. At number 3, we have the PB19. But both guns have. Moving on to our top 5 is the MX9 and Switchblade X9. Like I mentioned,
Where'd Veg go? I have way too many tabs. Switchblade. I think we'll just go off kits. I don't think Veg actually did a Switchblade video. Oh no, he did. I won the CODM World Champion using these weapons. That's the one I was thinking of.
Guns that we have to.
When does he show gunsmiths? I had to skip through the video and kill his average view duration, but it's a 12-minute video. I don't have the time. CBR. It starts with the switchblade, so I assume it's at the beginning of the gameplay or the end.
It'll be. I do apologize for the coloring of how the game looks. I'm actually using a pretty old adapter, and because 10, I need 10 more. This is a nuke symbol.
No, I don't think I will.
Quick 6 is gonna be our. We're gonna be using. I'm counting that as a nuke. Listen, I was on a 17. There's 3 kills left. I would have easily gotten it, and that.
What does he pop up the build, bro? This is how viewers feel when they watch like my videos and I don't show a build.
Okay. Anyways.
Oh, there it is. Okay, his build. Okay, his build is the tac suppressor, the MIP extended light barrel, the YCAM light stock, the disable perk. Might have to adjust that. Extended mag A. Okay, so this is 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡𝗚 build. Now, what does Kith have?
In the last video, they have similar stats, and the only difference they have is that the MX9 has less magazine size while having a weird recoil pattern, while the Switchblade X9 has a bad BSA, which makes it harder to use at medium range. But both guns have good mobility and TTK for close range fights, where they shine the most. Here are the builds for the MX9 and Switchblade X9.
Okay, Kith's is very different. So I'm gonna save and call this what 5068. Kit, I guess. Yeah. And then no, sorry, that was 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡𝗚. I'm dumb. I could have renamed it, but okay, that's 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡. And then Kith's is mono MIP extended light, so that's still the same. Stock is Skelly OWC. Wait, can you not select blueprints when you compare? Oh, I have to manually change attachments. That blows. Okay. So what's the best way to analyze this side by side quickly? I guess the stats on the right would be the quickest way, and then if I need more specifics, I go here. So this is mono. Mono is Kith's. So his is gaining range and control, sacrificing a little bit of mobility. And then 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡𝗚. Oh, actually, I could just toggle between this. I think that'd be the quickest. All right, chat, I don't have the time to look at all this. Again, we got a lot to do in a couple hours. So I think the way I'm going to approach it is I'm going to let you guys vote. And we'll just have this be a viewer picked thing, I guess. So I'll read you guys stats so you can make a decision. But let me just make a poll and then, yeah, you guys vote. Whose is better for a... I can't elaborate too much in the text. We'll just say whose is better. Whose is better? 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡𝗏 and Kith. Ask your community. So if you guys are wondering what I mean by better, I'm asking what Switchblade build is more versatile than the Fennec, but more aggressive than the CBR4. That's the sweet spot we want. More versatile than the Fennec, more aggressive than the CBR4. And the two options that we have is we have 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡𝗚 build. This is 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡 build. Give you guys the time to look at it. It is boosted accuracy, range, and control, but you're sacrificing some mobility, with the biggest mobility sacrifice being 17% ADS time. That is 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡 build. We have also 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡𝗚 build. 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜 build, you're sacrificing mobility a little bit, but only 6% as opposed to 17% on the ADS time, and you're gaining overall, I think, the biggest difference is like the monolithic suppressor. And the fact that you're getting some more BSA by having an OWC laser, whereas 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜 had disable, so you're getting the obvious perk of using disable. But I do think for a general population, I think disable is not that important. So I would lean 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜. You guys are at 71% 𝗥𝗘𝗢𝗥. Okay, so we'll do 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜 build. 𝗥𝗘𝗢𝗢 is really smart. I don't think I'm going to modify this to be any better than it is without putting extensive time in and changing the way that the build is. But the fact that I think this is probably the best version of this kind of build. If I change one attachment, I'd have to change multiple to get into a different type of build. So we'd either have to put a lot of time in or to stick with this. So Switchblade, this is the build that we're going to use. We're going to use kits. I got to make sure to credit the YouTubers when I do this video too, if I'm just straight up ripping their builds. So that's kits, and I'm probably stealing a lot of kits because he knows his shit. After that, we go into the next weapon, which would be the CBR4. For the CBR4, again, I'm looking at Kit's video. It's like, I know his stuff is really good, so it's hard to go do other stuff. Kith number 3.
CBR4 is one of the popular weapons being
I was seeing if I had the same one he has.
used
Danger close, I'm pretty sure.
in the arena. Large mag size, easy to control recoil, and good mobility is what makes this gun pretty good to use in the current meta. Although its TDK may be fast, it isn't quite consistent as the range goes on compared to the PP19 Bison. The PP19 Bison has a larger mag size, little to no recoil, consistent damage multiplier, and TDK compared to the
I'm really
CBR4.
tempted to put the Bison in as a replacement too.
The PP19 Bison
Well,
also has
I
a
don't know.
3-shot potential at its first range, but the CBR4 is a better choice for CQC since the PP19 has a slower fire rate than the CBR4. Both guns are good and shine in their own way,
this is
but
alive.
it is more of a personal preference. Here are the recommended builds for both of these guns.
he's got 2 CBR4 builds. Let me look at them real quick and pick what one I think would be better between the two, and then go from there.
Next up, we have
No, he only did one for the.
guns.
He did multiple for the Bison, but CBR4 he had one. I like how he does the gun rotation when he transitions. That was a clever idea. Okay, tactical suppressor, OWC marksman, YCAM light, which we have, granulated, OWC laser. Okay, now let me go check out 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡 real quick because he does videos on this a lot. He uses the CBR4 a lot. And he's a world champion with the weapon, so I assume his build's going to be decent. Okay, so at the end of the game is when he shows. And that'd be the end of the video because he ends on the CBR4, I think.
Kills. It's gonna be 60 kill game. Hopefully my nuke pops in time, because that would be a W. Let me pick up my kilo real quick. Give me that 60 kill game, bud. Yes, sir. Die, everyone die. Come on. And boom, just like that. Game ending nuke, and we got 60 kills. That's a W video, my books. I just did it in.
Okay, so he has tac suppressor, MIP extended light, disable, which again, I don't think we're going to be rocking disable for the general public. That's more of a comp type thing. OWC laser and granulated. So the only difference he had is the barrel, he's doing MIP extended light, and then stock, he doesn't have one, he has disable. So I think stock over disable is a good choice. Now the barrel is where I'm going to be a little torn here. So the difference that we have is Kith thinks marksman's better, and marksman obviously you're getting more versatility and range and all that. And then 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜 was going for the same thing but less. You know, you're not getting the it's literally just a smaller version of the marksman. It's more in the middle. So for what I'm doing, putting the weapon as being the basically second most versatile weapon in the game, putting it right in between the Krig and the Switchblade. What attachment do we think would be better for that, with that kind of knowledge? Chat, what do you guys think? Let me make a poll on this. Again, using the collective brain here. Let's do OWC Marksman or MIP Extended Light. All right, what do you guys think? How fast are we already ADSing right now? Oh, actually, this would be a good time to do this. Change the Marksman to MIP Extended Light. Okay, so these are the difference in the two builds. Eight millisecond difference on the ADS speed is like nothing. The recoil difference is it's really not that different. Damage ranges, you get an extra meter on each one, basically, up to 2. I mean, it's really, really small. The movement speed nerf for the Marksman. ADS movement speed. I feel like MIP Extended Light Barrel. I'm going to lean with Veg here. It's exactly 50-50 between you guys. Oh, MIP just took the lead with 1%. Yeah, I'm going to say the MIP Extended Light. It's pretty marginally different, though, but I think that is going to be a little bit better. I know if we want to go a little bit more versatile in the list, like Marksman makes sense because we're getting more towards the AR region, but I don't know. I think the benefits we get are pretty negligible. Well, I don't know. Yeah, with the context of it being like the most versatile besides like the Krig, Marksman does push us towards that, but 15% on the vertical recoil really was not that much. All right, let's do that. CBR4. Okay, that one's good. So we have the CBR4. So for our fifth one, we're doing the Krig. I unfortunately don't have the mythical Krig, which I'm actually pretty bummed about because that's like really, really good. And it's the best gun in the game. But doesn't really matter for this video. We'll just do the Jolly Blaster. Actually, no. Earth's Crest looks cooler. So the build for the Krig, there's... Let me go look at what Vag has real quick, and then Kith. Well, again, we'll just like compare the two, because I know they both have done videos on it.
Today we are going to be
When did he show the Krig?
We almost got a double nuke, but now for the final...
Okay, so there's his. Then let me pull up Kith's. These tabs are so, I need to set up my other monitors. These tabs are really annoying to switch between. I have like so much on my screen, messing with my brain. Okay, Krig is the number one, right, on his list?
And yes, it's the Krig 6.
Of course.
With this weapon that other weapons can't, so it's no doubt a top 1 weapon for this season. Here are the builds for the Krig 6.
1, 2, 3, 4. He did 4 builds.
What's your top 3
5
builds this season? Let us know down the
I did 5 Krig builds. Damn.
weapons can't, so it's no doubt a
let's just build Vags and then adjust. Agency suppressor, of course. 6.2 cavalry. Lightweight stock. So we're trying to build this to be basically the most versatile weapon in the game. That's our goal. Our Thags build. Kit's got a couple here. Let me check them out.
top 1 weapon for this season. Here are the builds for the Krigs.
Okay, so his first one is Agency 5.3. Oh, wait, Red Dot. Because most people won't have the mythical. That's actually a good point. What attachment would we want to dip on then? Yeah. Red dot for sure. Let me see if there's a build that matches this, but just with a red dot that Kith did. Agency. Oh, this one's really similar. He doesn't have Russell though. Red dot. But he has agile instead of lightweight as well. Oh yeah, I feel like AD has movement speed. If we're talking the general population, I don't think that matters too much. The general population doesn't strafe or value strafing as much as pros. So what is agile? Same kind of thing here with the agile stock. I almost want to say no stock then and just go Russell. What is task force? No, I think I like cavalry more for versatility. I'm just gonna look at all his builds real quick and see what attachments come up like every time. Those will be the ones we keep, and then the rest of them will adjust. But if he has an attachment every single time, it's probably just the way to go. Agency. What? I looked at 5.3 already, right? No, I didn't. I looked at task force. Oh yeah, just bullet speed. Nah, I don't think that's important. As. Yeah, I think this is good. I think as just the most versatile build we could possibly do, this seems good to me. Yeah, we're gonna say that's good. Okay, so now we're on to number 6. Number 6 is the SKS. I think I'm just gonna straight up rip Lucas's build. And I think Bobby did a video on that, so I can go grab it. Did he do a video on it? I could have sworn. Oh, top 5 guns in COD Mobile's 10. Yeah, that's what it is. When does he talk about Lucas's SKS? Oh, it's probably like an honorable mention or something. Oh no, it's number 1. Let's see what Bobby says.
We do have the build for the person I.
Oh, nice. Starts right off the bat. Okay, so we go from Krig to Marksman. Go to the SKS. I'll put on the Meteoric. Actually, if we're doing the most recent season, it makes sense to have this. MIP extended light tech suppressor. He does have disable, but again, I think that's more of a pro thing, so I don't think we should have that. Well, granted, it slows them down. Hold on, let me think about this. Yeah, because it's any body shot with the marksman. So if you hit someone, like if they're running and you hit them, you can get your second shot off quicker. Because, or not quicker, but you're more likely to get your second shot. Because imagine this guy's moving, and he's moving really fast. You hit him, he'll slow down, and he becomes an easier target to hit. Because a faster target's harder to hit, slower target's easier to hit. So disable makes a lot of sense on this, actually. Even when you're not playing against pros. I do think that's a good perk to go. So we might literally just do Lucas's build and then just credit him. And I can steal his gameplay, haha. And granulate it as well. But again, I want to make this, we're putting this in the more versatile section of the video. So we might, let's just look at this and figure it out. Disabled marksmen and LMGs are deadly, yeah. Were you live on TikTok too? No, just YouTube. Okay. Ugh. So the attachments we have, tactical, you're getting suppression, losing a little bit of ADS, that's fine, makes sense with the build. MIP extended light, you're getting the range, vertical hit flinch, and you're losing some ADS time, makes sense. Disable, we already talked about. Tag foregrip, some mobility, but you're getting better vertical recoil and less hit flinch, makes a lot of sense. Granulated hit flinch for ADS movement speed, so we're losing quite a bit of ADS time on this. What does that put us overall? 384 milliseconds ADS time for an SKS in the versatile category, being like just a little less versatile than the Krig. I think that makes sense. I would like to bring a little bit more ADS time back though. But by changing any attachment on this, I sacrifice, you know, saying it's his build. So I think the best move here is just say, hey, this is Lucas's build. This is what he used. I would recommend though, if it feels a little slow, put on some ADS speed attachments, good to go. So I think we'll just call that good with the SKS. Yo, Day with the $1. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That blueprint has hella aim shake. It's fun. It doesn't matter too much. It's more so just showing the class. I just picked whatever, you know, looks cool and is relevant with the season, but I know what you're talking about. Okay, next on the list is the Kilo. For the Kilo, I'm tempted to take Tech's build and just same thing. Be like, hey, this is what Tech used. He dropped the 60 bomb. You know, it's really good. I did play with it earlier today and I liked it a lot. I mean, it fits my play style perfectly. Me and Tech play very similar. But it needs to be more of a passive build than the SKS, but still like versatile. Like it's almost like right in the middle of being versatile, but it leans a little bit more on the passive side on my list. So we got to build it in that way. So I think we start off with Tech's build, which I don't know. Yeah, I have it right here. Nice. So we got to put that at number 7. Copy to number 7. Yeah, so I believe this is this Tech's build? Long shot? This might be wrong.
For today's video, and
I did a video covering it recently, so I'm just gonna go to grab the build. Oh, he does have long shot. Yeah, tag suppressor, MIP extended light, long shot, ranger, large extended mag B. Do we want to adjust this? Yeah, that is it. Yeah, everyone's saying it's it. So, swap tag suppressor for the mono. Use long shot instead of laser for comp. Yeah, I might just say it's Tech's build with some modifications. That 10% is taking your first range from like 18 to 21 or 18.5 to 21-ish. So you're only getting a few meters off that. How often does that few meters really matter? For the general population, I don't think we use that. And you were saying swap tack for mono. We lose ADS time on that though, and it's already pretty slow. And bullet, I don't think we do mono on it. Do you think we dip on the long shot and maybe go? This thing's really easy to control as is, so stippled wouldn't be awful. But I think a stock probably would be better. Let me see what Kith did for his Kilo build. Wonder if he went a completely different route.
Up we have the chopper at top 7. Huge mag size, fast fire rate, good wall penetration, and a fast mobility thanks to the heavy handle makes it a strong weapon for the current meta inside the game. You might want to give this weapon a shot if you like moving around the map while holding angles and making space for the team. Try these builds for the chopper. Kilo 141 has always been a decent AR even after the nerf it received seasons ago. It has a large mag size, and its body damage multiplier allows it to 4-shot kill an enemy even at longer ranges. It is popular among pros, and it definitely still has its place inside the meta, just because of how powerful this gun can be if used properly. Here are the builds for the Kilo 141.
Okay, so his first build is very different. Yeah, if we want to go, text build is like really interesting, really off the cuff, but people have been talking about it so much too. I think we don't do that. I think we just do a little bit of a safer one. Because what we want here is it to be more versatile, or no, more of a passive play style than. I might flip in my list. I think I'm going to put the Kilo and then the SKS. I feel like that's a better, like, whatever, progression. So from most aggressive to passive, or most aggressive to most passive, we have the R9, Fennec, Switchblade, CBR, Krig, Kilo, SKS, Holger, Chopper, Locust. So I think we just do the, like, a really versatile Kilo. And I feel like we need more ADS speed to make that happen. And Tech is just such a slow, passive player that his build is going to lean way heavier into the passive playstyle. But we also don't want this thing to just be like the exact same as a Krig. All right, well, let's try Kiths here. So he has, I mean, it's very similar. Few key differences. Also, most people would not be using the Mythic. So I actually should keep that in mind for iron sights, because the Kilo iron sight is not very good. Yo, later, Ubueno, I don't know how to say your name, but later, bro. Chat, what do we think for the Kilo? Do we do a red dot on it, or the iron's functional enough? I always use the demon song, so I have to pay to win iron sights, but for the general population, that just looks like a DRH. Nice. Anime. What does Kith have? Does he show red dots? Oh, I was looking at Vegs.
Moving on to our top.
He didn't do a red dot.
For the Kilo 141.
So again, on the list, we're having this be more of a passive build than our Krig build. So that's what I'm trying to think. How do we build this to be more passive than our Krig build? Still more aggressive than the SKS. Did the iron sights change on the 484 skin? Same concept, slightly different. Still the same kind of like circle. Passive is with a scope, I know. But we still have it like kind of like right in the middle. I'm debating whether or not we go like text build or like kits build, because they're very different. Very, very different. Obviously we can do our own, but I'm just trying to figure out what one to start with and then adjust. Damn, hold on. So let's go here and then go here and then sync the attachments back so we can get back what we had. Just feel like, yeah, this is too slow. Text is too slow for where we have this on the list. Because his was even actually slower, because this is with no stock. He had a long shot. 30% ADS time, bro. Damn. He literally does not care about ADS speed. So I don't know if we can do text then. Unless we change the position on the list. Which I don't think we should. One thing that I'm also kind of debating right now is like the Krig, the Kilo, and the Holger are very similar. I feel I want to avoid them being all like the exact same build and all that. Remove the Ranger? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Moving on inside the meta, just because of how powerful this gun can be if used properly. Here are the builds for the Kilo 141.
Yeah, he never did a red dot on it, but again, he uses the demon song, so. All right, let me build this one from scratch based on what I would do. So one more time, just to review what I need from this. I need it to be... Can I compare it to the Krig blueprint that I have? I hate how you can't pull up the blueprint. There might be a way, I just don't know how to. Let me look at the base real quick. They are really similar guns. Exact same ADS time, fire rate's pretty much the same. Damage is similar. Krig is definitely higher. Multipliers. Kilo is the entire body 1. You get 1.2 on the Krig. Oh, no, sorry. I was looking at ranges. The ranges are, sorry. Damages are pretty much identical. Krig definitely has, like in terms of like shots to kill. Krig also has the higher chest multiplier, and it fires slightly slower. We need this to be more of a tactical build, more of a passive build than Krig. So what do we need to, how do we build? What about the BSA and the recoil? Let me look at that stuff. Max spread, initial spread is the exact same. Recoil is, Krig has more. Very similar though. Wait, what's the base max size? 30-30. The first 5 shots have less recoil on the Krig though, but its max is higher. God, these guns are so similar. That's why I almost like want to replace one of them. Nah, we're too far into this. Yo, isn't the season resetting next week? Yeah, but I need a video today and I'm brain dead, so we're doing the top 10. Chat. Ah, shit. I might be overthinking this, to be honest. Like Hitman said, resets. I just got to get the video done. That's literally the only priority. No, I know Krig's better. That's why I'm almost considering not putting the, maybe we just use text build. Shit. Is there a different weapon I could maybe put here? Just the Krig and Kilo are too similar. And then Holger coming up soon is similar. Oh, Ligma with the 10. I appreciate that. All right, let's try this. Let's just try your freaking build. I'm over complicating this for sure. RTC light muzzle brake. Steady stock. OWC tack laser. Large extended mag B. Rubberized grip tape.
Try using RTC light muzzle brake. Steady stock.
I should have just let it read and build it. Forget how to read.
Laser.
Thank you for the 10.
Extended mag
Where
B.
does this get us?
Rubberized grip tape. Not the best, but it's a good base to build on. Also love vids, bro.
Thank you, appreciate it. Rubberized. Vertical recoil. I almost want to dip on that. Do red dot. I actually think this fits pretty decently. Don't even need the RTC muzzle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, though. Might dip on that. Now, what do we want to get back here? Sleight of hand? So many ways to build it. Oh, damage range? Yeah, it's true. Well, here's the thing about the kilo, though. You get 29 damage in the first range, which you're not going to 3-shot. That's a 4-shot. And then you fall off to 25 damage, which is still a 4-shot as long as you're not wall banging. So what the important, if you're extending the range, the important range extensions would be from 25 to 23. So that's at the 23 meter mark. If you add 10%, that's 2.3 meters to it, you're at 26-ish.
Rubberized is really necessary. There's a lot of recoil without.
Then maybe we do a barrel. Thank you for the 10 again, Ligma. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'm just deep in thought here. I don't know. I'm trying to think if the range extension is matters on this thing. This feels so... I don't think range extension really matters. It matters, range extension? I don't know, because I'm thinking about the ranges where you get extended and like the damage change. I'd rather focus on attachments that allow me to hit more shots than get a very small window where I'd be getting increased shots to kill. Or lower shots to kill. Spending a lot of time on this kilo. All right, let me go look at Ket's build real quick. Like, I want to try to build stuff myself, but I just know he's put more time into thinking about all this stuff.
Powerful this gun can be
And knows
used
more of the
properly. Here are
updated
the
stuff.
builds for the Kilo 141.
His is really interesting. Let me try that. We'll go a different direction here. Sorry, Ligma. I want to see this, though. I'm trying to think though, the Krig, we're putting this next to the Krig in the list. So I need it to be more passive than the Krig, or I could switch their places on the list. All right, what are our stats on this? %25 damage range extension. Let me try your build on this bottom and we'll compare that to his. So let's do RTC. Bro. Okay. RTC light muzzle brake. Steady stock. Tac laser. Cinemac B. Rubberized. This is Kith's versus your build. The recoil difference, pretty drastic. BSA, pretty much identical. Slight difference, doesn't matter too much. ADS speed, Kith's is the top, right? Got a little bit quicker. Damage range, pretty big jump. So it's going from 16 to 20 meters for the first range, which actually doesn't matter too much because that's still 4-shot. The second range is 23 to 29. It's 5 meter difference at the 23 meter mark. How often are you taking fights at 23 meters? Does that 5 meters really come in handy? I think a decent amount, actually. I feel like that's a relatively common range for this kind of weapon and that playstyle you'd use for this weapon. From 38 to almost 50. It's a pretty big jump. Mag capacity the same, reload time same, hit flinch. Higher numbers better or worse for hit flinch? I forget. More mobility. I think I like Kith's more, but I would like a little bit more control on it. Honestly, it's not that bad. The recoils, I mean, just kind of straight vertical. Just pull down and it shouldn't be a problem. Low number is what? Again, less or more hit flinch? All right, we're gonna go with this. We could adjust it, but I do think that one's my favorite. Okay, next one. We spent way too long on that. SKS. Wait, I already did the SKS, right? I just have the wrong placements. Yep. Holger's next. Less good. Less is better. Oh, okay. Less hit flinch. That makes sense. Should honestly do this with the base, like non-blueprints, just because it's safe to assume. It's better to assume people don't have the blueprints. Okay. Holger build. We want this to be more passive than the kilo that we just built. How would we build that? Let's see what Kith build.
Even if it has a weird recoil, slow fire rate with its and so it's not this season. Here are the
Oh, that's Craig. Wait, did he talk about the Holger at any point? On a really passive Holger build. Everyone's saying this build that I have right now. This is the one that I think I use. Ligma with the 5, I appreciate it. Holger's a hard one, but I definitely stick with the light reload for mag. That way they increase mobility. I try to make it more like an AR if possible. Well, here's the thing. My list is talking about aggressive to passive builds. So we are now on the Holger, which is the top 3 most passive in my setup. After that is going to be the Chopper. Chopper is going to be our most passive. Although I wonder... Okay, chat. What's the best... Ligma, thank you for the 2. You're going crazy. What's the most... If you are a very tactical player, really tactical, just kind of sit back. Basically like Tectonic, like you're holding angles and all that. What's the best gun for that? Right now, what I'm saying for full auto is the Chopper and the Holger, but I'm wondering...
Holder's a hard one, but I definitely stick with the light reload for mag. That way increased mobility.
Yeah, I have the SKS there too.
I try to make it more like an AR if possible.
Yeah, maybe I flip the...
For
Everyone's saying SKS. Yeah, I'm gonna flip the SKS in my my list here. We'll do... So what's more passive then between the Holger and the chopper? Holger best LMG with disable. Yeah, that makes sense. You don't need no stock the way that we're playing this thing, so maybe disable's better. We could build the Holger like Tech built his Kilo. Yo, thank you for the 2, but I don't think we'll touch the Kilo for now. That horizontal recoil. Granted, it only goes one way. It's not like zigzaggy, but that's pretty aggressive. Screw red dot. Do you have another blueprint? No, I do. We're making this for like the general public though, so we're not using blueprint. Pay to win iron sights and
I have
stuff.
a more tactical, stay back build for Kilo.
I'm almost wondering if like you build the Holger aggressive and the Kilo tactical, that's the better way to go. Yeah, skin doesn't really matter, hitting it too much. I'm just showing the attachments. Yeah, no, I know, dude. Oh, I'm kind of torn here. Again, it just comes down to like the Kilo, Craig, and Holger just kind of all feel like the same thing. I know they're not, but like very minute differences. But the way that you build it, you can make them like all the same or all different. And I don't want to make them all the same. Chat, what's a better passive sit back gun? A passive Krig or a passive Holger or a passive chopper? Pros go no stock? Yeah, but they play for the versatility. We're now at the part of the list where I'm catering to the really passive players. Like again, like Tech. Someone said passive Kilo, 2 people said Holger. Holger, passive Holger. Okay, so that means I'm right about how I have my list set up. So I want to set up, okay, well then next question. What's better for passive playstyle, a passive tactical playstyle? A passive Holger or a passive chopper? Holger. So I move chopper up on the list to be a little bit more in the versatile range. And I take the Holger and I move it down. Okay, so then we're going to actually skip the Holger now, for now. We're going straight from Kilo to chopper. Let me copy this to number 9. Okay, yeah, chopper. So this chopper build, I want it to be more passive than my Kilo build. My Kilo build, so I want this chopper to be more passive. Oh, Ligma with the 5, I appreciate it. If you did need a recoil build for Kilo as a second build, mono, suppressor, OWC marksman, steady, large, extended, rubberized grip. Gotcha. I'll probably only do one for this video because the video is going to be pretty quick, pretty simple. Chopper is good at aggressive. Yeah, but... Let me see what Kit says about the chopper. Hold on. Too many tabs. He references, yeah, okay, what does he say about the chopper?
Have the chopper at top 7. Huge mag size, fast fire rate, good wall penetration, and a fast mobility.
That works like a better passive
If
flow.
you
Gotcha.
did need a recoil build for Kilo as a second build, mono sub, OWC marksman, steady, large extended, rubberized
these
grip.
builds for the chopper. Chopper.
I almost want to move the chopper up a little bit. Nah, we'll leave it. It's fine. I don't got to get too nitpicky. So we'll do heavy handle. Let's take everything off. Hold on, mono. So we have full body 1 multiplier, and then we have 30 damage, 24, 22. To me, then, that means range extension is not very important because you get 30 damage and 24 damage, which is... Oh, wait, no. Actually, it is important. Sorry. 24 damage is a big drop-off. Now you're at a 5-shot, not a 4-shot. So you want your 4-shot range, which is 20 meters, to be extended as much as you can. Okay. So yeah, mono makes sense. Well, it's 20 meters with mono, so it's actually less than that default.
That works like a better passive holger.
It's essentially an LMG. We recommend you try it out for a passive LMG or if you have positions you use. You're talking about the 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡 build that you sent, right? Mono suppressor, WC marksman. Parts extended rubberized grip. Yeah, I'm curious. I think we're going to come back to the kilo soon. I might actually do that and swap the position of that. Did you do the Craig? Yeah, I did. Craig was pretty easy, to be honest. Just built it. Really versatile. Called it today. Okay, let me look at his builds real quick and see what one's more passive.
You might want to give this weapon a shot if you like moving around the map while holding angles and making space for the team.
Did you do the K-Rig?
For the chopper. Try these builds for the chopper.
Okay, he did 2 builds and they're the exact same thing except FMJ and disable. So if he did 2 builds and they're the exact same besides that, I feel like it's pretty safe to go with that. Red dot? Red dot on the Craig, yeah. Because we're assuming people don't have mythics. Okay, yeah, so let's just do that one then. The chopper infantry. That makes sense as a more passive one. OWC laser makes sense, obviously. And then the 5th attachment, he did either FMJ or disable. We're doing a passive playstyle, holding angles. Probably not going to wallbang people too much, but disable.
Red dot?
That LMG is really good. Like probably go disable. Yeah, honestly, I think we just call that. This is Kit's build. Gotta remember to mention that. Okay. So now we're on the Holger. This is the Holger build that we have right now. We want the Holger to be even more passive than the chopper that we just built, though. So this is our chopper. We want an even more passive hold angle type of build with the Holger. I feel like where we're at, honestly, gets us just about there. Do we need the mono on this thing? Does the range extension help? I think we just looked at this, but 31 to 28 damage. That is still a 4-shot. So you're only getting that the big difference on the damage range extension is the drop off from 28 to 23. That's where the extension actually matters. So you'd be going from wait, there's 4 damage tiers? Hold on. 4 damage tiers. Now there's 3. Is that supposed to do that? Or does it just go off of the 60 meters? Might just go off the thing. 50 plus 25%. Yeah, it just goes off. You just can't see it anymore. Tap on details. Oh yeah, you get the full. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it just goes off. Okay. I mean, that's a really long range, 50 meters and beyond. But that range extension, if you're playing this passive. Yeah, if you're playing this really passive, 24 meters. Yeah, I think mono helps a lot. If you're playing it more aggressively, then no. But yeah, we're doing a passive version, so yes. Got the red dot on it, disable, WC laser, granulated for that BSA. How's the BSA on this thing? I forget how they format the BSA numbers. A higher number means more spread, right? Oh yeah, I haven't got to the locus yet, but I'll pull it up. It's actually right after this, I believe. I might play ranked. I might get some gameplay of it, but I gotta work on the video. And I'm gonna be done with the stream in 30 minutes, so we'll see. Smaller is better, tighter spread. Yeah, okay. So 17.1 on this Holger, and then what was like the chopper? The base chopper is 21. Okay, so Holger's much tighter with these attachments.
What guns do you have to do still? Will you play ranked after the builds are all done?
Granted, we have the attachments on it though. What's the base? Like if I do this to see the base. Base is 2011, 2011, 2011, 2011, 2011. 2011, 21, 12. Okay, so it's slightly tighter base than chopper. Slightly, not much of a difference. How does that compare to like a Krig? Base Krig is 1710. 2011, 1710. Okay, so slightly tighter on the Krig. Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of variation on it. How's the recoil again? I'd like to reduce some of that horizontal recoil if I could. It goes one direction though, so it's not that hard to deal with. And the vertical's not too aggressive either with the build that we have. Wait, hold on. Give me a base holder. Say clear attachments. Yeah, we're not getting any recoil reduction actually. This might be all we really need. Chat, any modifications for this to make it the best passive full auto gun in the game? Because that's essentially what we're claiming here. And if I'm wrong about that, tell me what one you think would be better. I'm claiming if you want to play passive and have a gun, a full auto gun with a big mag, ideally, this is the best you can have. Is that true, false? Should I replace it with something? Because after this, the next two most passive guns that I say are a sniper and a marksman rifle. SKS and the Locust. And again, the Locust, I know people say DLQ, but I have a reason for the Locust being there. Change the perk. Kilo 100 rounds? I'm also wondering that. Hear me out, RPD? I don't know. Infinite bullets? Yeah, that is an interesting point. That's especially an interesting point because the Holger's just too good not to be on this list though. But again, like I was saying, like the Krig, Kilo, well, specifically Kilo and Holger, just like the same thing. I'm tempted to just do like, you can build the Holger and the Kilo, I just feel like to be like the same. Holger way better than the Kilo for passive. That Kilo with the 100 round mag is so slow. Yeah, but at the same time, we're talking about a really like slow playstyle. I didn't have to have the 100 round mag too. Or you're probably just saying to Shiv, no. Equip a barrel. No, because the only barrels on the Holger are not pushing us towards where we want to go. Passive full auto would be 100 mag Kilo. Stick with my build from earlier and try. Okay, let's compare then. Let's take this build and let's do, you said stick with my build from earlier and try adding something with ADS on the Holger worse than the Kilo. Let's look at the Kilo then. We might have to just take the Holger's too good not to be in this.
Passive full auto would be a 100 mag Kilo.
Well, the thing is, this isn't necessarily a top 10 guns.
It's try
just
adding
like
something with ads time. The Holger worse
yeah, I
than
see
the
that,
Kilo.
John. This isn't necessarily top 10 guns. It's just more like the best guns for each kind of player, from aggressive to passive, and then in the middle being versatile. So if the Holger and the Kilo are the same, is there a point in doing that? That's where I'm kind of struggling. I almost want to throw something different in. But what would I throw in differently? Because right now our list is R90, Fennec, Switchblade, CBR, Krig, Kilo, Chopper, Holger, SKS, Locust. If I take out the Holger and I do the Kilo, a passive Kilo. Well, here, let's just compare the Holger to the Kilo. I got to see that. Try it right now in the firing range, my earlier passive build. Let me scroll up and find your... I can't find your... Oh, yeah, I can. The chats are still there. If you did need a recoil build for Kilo as a second one, is that the one you're talking about? Could you go back and copy and paste it for me? Because you sent a lot of messages, Ligma. Disable is so useful for passive players, yeah. Can't use disable on Kilo. Oh, that is true. That's a good point. Put a shotgun somewhere in your top 10. R9's there. It's the first one, actually, in the list as the most aggressive. Actually, Shotgun Master. If I'm making a list and I'm like, here's the best, aggressive shotgun. It's really good. but also pretty versatile. I said the R9. Would you disagree? M13. I was thinking about the M13. Yeah, R9's the best. Cool. I don't think the EM2. No. I'm not shaving off an eyebrow for $100. Kilo has less range, so it's not as versatile as the Holger. Yeah.
Try it out in firing range first. My earlier passive build.
So we got the Kilo. What was our Kilo build? Well, no, we're not gonna do. We're taking your Kilo build, Ligma. It was the recoil one. It was the one I was just reading. Okay, we'll set up yours real quick and look at it, compare it. So you were saying mono suppressor, OWC marksman, large extended, B or A? I feel like I've seen B more.
It was the recoil one.
Rubberized. I hate rubberized, man, because you can just pull down to compensate for vertical. I know easier said than done, kinda. No, it's pretty easy. And then what was the fifth? Laser? 1, 2, 3, 4. Mono, OWC. Is it red dot? 1, 2. Oh, steady stock. One problem though is if we're building this for crazy ranges, we need a red dot. Because we're not using the mythic. So the recoil one in the beginning, good for range, and you should add the 100 to it too. Well, let's start here and modify. Use the big ass mag. 120% ADS time. Where does that put? Okay, let's just do it and compare to the Holger. We're building this thing to be like a Holger. But again, those iron sights are doggy doo-doo dog shit if we can't use mythic. And I don't want to make a video where people have to rely on the mythic or a build. So I think at this point we'd probably dip on a rubberized. Because you're also losing BSA, and I think BSA is more important at that range. At longer ranges. So let's just do the... Where's the normal red dot? Okay,
I said recoil 1 in the beginning. Good for range, and you should add 100 and 2.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're just looking at stats, but why is there no default red dot? It has it, right? This is just not showing up here? I don't know. It doesn't matter right now for stats. 100 round, take off rubberize and put our red dot and modify. Yeah. I mean, this is pretty much what you're talking about, right? Here, just describe to me what you would change here, but let's look at stats while I wait for that. Irons is good. What do you mean? Yeah, it's good, but if we're talking like range, I think the red dot's far more valuable. Because I'm talking about a weapon right now that is the best sit down and hold a spot gun. Like an anchor.
100 R&D take off rubberized and put on red dot and mod.
I'd be curious to see what Tech uses when he uses the Kilo. Oh, I know what he uses when he uses the Kilo. Yeah, well, his was for comp though. I don't know. All right, where does this put us compared to the Holger? So our fire rate is basically the same. Our damages 29, 31 up to 27. The Kilos goes further. It goes to 25 and then to 23. So the shots to kill is the same. The Holger would have better wall pen because it's an LMG. The multipliers are the same. You get disable on the Holger though. But again, your ranges are higher with the Kilo. The ADS time, quite a bit slower on the Kilo than the Holger. The recoil is much easier on the Kilo. Doesn't have that horizontal. A little bit more vertical though. The spread is tighter on the Kilo. Oh man, this is hard. I'm like saying all these things and I'm forgetting which is which. So I gotta, okay, what matters here? What matters is being a slow hold angle type of weapon. But we still obviously want like, you know, ADS speed and all that will help. I'd say swap steady for another grip with recoil. I just don't think, if we're talking the Kilo, there's like, it's just all vertical. You just pull down. Mag capacity 100, 100. They're both 100. Reload time's quicker on the Kilo. And that ADS time is slow though.
Steady for another fire grip with ECOIL.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think 100 round is worth it because if you're just kind of smart about your reloads and if you're passive, you don't need that much ammo. So I think a large extended mic B is probably all you really need. Because we still want to be kind of versatile here. So now our ADS time is a lot faster than the Holger. We also don't have a red dot on the Holger. Oh no, I do. Put the steady on and try that and compare them in the firing range. I'm not thinking. Hold on, I gotta think. The Kilo aim shake is so bad. Yeah, I guess that's a good point about using them in the firing range.
Put the steady on and try that and compare them in firing range.
Wait, hold on. I have steady on the Kilo. Are you talking about steady on the Holger? Oh, I'd say swap steady for another with the recoil. Like, oh man, this is so tough. They're too similar, man. It makes it really hard for me to think of like which one to pick. Okay, chat. Out of curiosity, let's go from here. And then NVM keeps steady. Yeah. I agree. Let's say this. What one would you guys rather pick between these two builds if you're a really passive holding angle type of player? Would you rather have the Holger or the Kilo? Between these two builds specifically. I just put a poll up. We have a little bit more range with the Kilo. A little higher damage and better penetration for the Holger, though, for shooting through walls and all that. You also have disabled to slow people. But the upside is you're getting a lot faster reload with the Kilo. You're also getting slightly faster time to kill on the Holger, slightly. Better movement, just better mobility overall on the Kilo. Mag size is smaller, it's 50, which is still huge. Reload time is 1.35. Reload time is 1.98 on the Holger. Recoil is easier to use on the Kilo. So the Kilo is just much more versatile for sure. I'd say Kilo, but specific builds in horizontal recoil. Yeah, Kilo's winning. Just makes me wonder where does Holger even have a place in this list? All right, I'm fucking doing this. I'm doing this. I have to do it. I can't.
I'd say Kilo, but specific builds and horizontal rec.
Okay, let us do this. Let's get started on like formatting this, and this might help us because then we can kind of have more options. I'm gonna go into Photoshop right now, and I'm gonna make a big ass canvas. We're gonna go height 1080 because 25, 60, 14. Now we'll do 1080. It's fine. It just builds. It doesn't have to be HD. And then 1920 we got to do instead like so 8,000. Oh, that is very big. And then okay, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. I really gotta set up my second monitor. I don't do a lot of PC stuff, so I always forget. Also, I hear my dog doing stuff upstairs. Okay. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we just start throwing these things on, and we could do like Well, no, if I want to format the video as the only 10 builds you need, then I can't do more than 10. But what I was thinking is I could make this scale, right? And I could just put multiple, right? Like we could make a whole, like 2 Holgers. Like we could have more flexibility with it. But again, if I want to frame the video as the only 10 you need, then it gets tough. That's how you spell aggressive, right? It doesn't look right. Aggressive. How do you spell aggressive? It looks wrong to me, but it feels right when I type it. All right, fuck the formatting. We don't gotta get perfectionistic here. Aggressive, passive. Okay, let's run through this real quick and get a visual representation of what we're trying to shoot for. So let's go with the R9O. Is our first one. Oh, shoot. I crop it out with my... Okay, hold on. Camlink Pro 4. Video capture device. Okay, it's temporary. I know it doesn't look amazing, but just so I can grab this. Okay. Now I can do this kind of quickly. Now that I have all the things set up that we need. Okay, so size-wise, I'll scale them down later. And I mean, this isn't actually what it's gonna look like in the video. This is just my visual representation for while we make the list. So we have the R9O first, and then we have the Fennec Ascended. I'm not going to show you guys the Photoshop. It takes too long to switch between them. I'll show you when I'm done. So it's the Fennec on the list. And then after that, we have the Switchblade. After that, we have the CBR4. After the CBR4, we have the Craig 6. Following that, we have not that, well, I'll just grab the SKS. It's not in this order though. I have to change that. Oh. Following the SKS, we have the Kilo. After that, there's just so many ways to do the Holger and the Kilo, and they're so similar. Again, that's why I'm getting torn up. Chopper. Screen. Grab the chopper. Okay, and then we have Holger. And then after that would be the Locust, which we haven't done yet, but I could probably set that up really quickly. Locust is pretty easy. And I know people would say DLQ and all that, but whatever. Or I could dip on the Holger. I could add the DLQ to the list. Now I'm going to cause controversy. Better for comments. I think this is my build. It's just whether or not you want to use stopping power. Yeah, for the most part, I feel like you could go the Locust like this if you're really feeling on point. But if you're not feeling as accurate, you could throw in the stopping power and be good. Or you could go DLQ. But for the screenshot, let's grab this one. Okay. I can't see chat. My phone died. That sucks. Actually be better here. Okay, let me pull up the comments or chat on my iPad tablet. Did I miss a dono? I'm sorry. Again, I can't see stuff. Yeah, Ligma, thank you for the 2. BRB, but I'd say try the recommended build and use that to replace Holger and keep the other build. Just add the second one as a replacement for the Holger or put them in the same slot. That's what I'm wondering. Same slot. I'd say Kilo, but specific builds and horizontal recoil. Put the studio in. Okay, gotcha. I'm caught up. Nah, EM2's not that good. It's okay, but I don't think it's up here. So this is kind of what we have going on here. The order is... I think this guy's more versatile. Well, I don't know. You can play it pretty aggressively. I gotta close these gaps a little bit here. Okay, so we have the R9 being the most aggressive, and we have Fennec, CBR4, or Switchblade, CBR, Prig, Kilo, Holger, Chopper, Focus. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, just the order. Yeah, I appreciate the sub. Try hard with them. HawksNest meta is back. Let's go. All right, this is where we're at right now. So again, when you look at like, well, actually no, I think this is where we're at. I might really be overthinking this since the season's gonna, things are gonna update soon and all that. This is just to give someone something, and they can always make adjustments if they need to. I don't think we need to be perfect here. And we're just, again, we're being really perfectionistic. I get especially perfectionistic when I'm giving advice and doing stats and gun-related stuff, but I think we just need to get over that and just say something like this is good and not overthink it too much, because the difference in things is not going to be a lot. And like, how long have I been streaming for? Or how close are we to the 2-hour mark is mostly what I'm wondering, because that's when I'm going to get off and start recording the video. And at 7:30, and I need the video to be out by 12, which means I need to be done editing at 11. So I'll have 4 hours to edit and make the video. Which is honestly plenty of time, so we can keep messing with this for a little bit longer. Happy early birthday, bro. Chat, what do you guys think of this right now? Let me scrub through as if we're like doing the video. I want your opinions. So, if I was making the video, what I would say is that this video is basically showing you the only 10 loadouts that you need, and it covers every style, every kind of play style. No matter how you want to play, you'll have a build for it. So starting with our first one at the most aggressive, we have the R9O. Hitman, if you're still here, let me know what you think. After that, we have the Fennec. Then we go into the Switchblade. Then we go into the CBR4. And then we go into the Craig 6. Then we go into this Kilo build. Then we go into the Chopper. Then we go into the Holger. Then we go into the SKS. And then we go into the Locust. Now, the thing with the Locust is you could do the DLQ, but I like the Locust just because it's the kind of weapon where it's very versatile. If I want to have a weapon that's not going to hit mark rate as much, and I'm feeling maybe a little less accurate, I'm playing against players that move a lot, I could throw in stopping power. Granted, it's just going to be a slightly worse DLQ, but it has all the same attributes of a Locust that I am used to and love, so I can stay consistent, have all my, muscle memory, blah, 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 blah. That's why I like the Locust. I can switch to however I'm feeling on the day and stay with the same weapon. But yeah, that's what we have. And then SKS, really hard weapon to use, but super, 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 super rewarding if you know how to use it properly. I like it. Chopper should be below the Craig and the Kilo. Well, this isn't a top 10. Remember, this is an order of aggression to passive play. So more passive, less passive, less passive, less passive, less passive, getting more aggressive, so, blah, 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 blah. So what do you mean below? Chopper should be an aggressive weapon. You think this is a more aggressive weapon than the Kilo and the Craig? I don't know. I think that placement's okay. Kilo for sure. You think this Chopper is a more aggressive than this Kilo? My worry then is we put the Kilo and the Craig side by side. Actually, that's good for the video, I guess. I could explain how they're like the same. There's all kinds of ways you can build it. What'd I say? I don't know, interchangeable, I guess. I also do wonder, like, you can play pretty damn aggressive with the Locust. So it's not necessarily the most passive weapon. I almost want to shift it. Should I shift it like here? Would that mean the most passive that we have here is the SKS? Because SKS also can be pretty damn versatile. I feel like the Holger is the most passive of all these. Just kind of depends how you want to play with it. I guess adding some separation between the Holger and the Kilo does help a bit. I do think I should mention that they're very similar and they can be built in a variety of ways. I mean, all of these can, but... The idea of this video, the core of the video, is that I just want to make something that people could easily open and be like, look at this and be like, oh, I want this kind of playstyle weapon, and they just pick it, they put it on, they're good to go. Like the easiest possible user experience, super quick, super easy. I feel like this does that pretty well. Isn't this list just for general players? Yeah. The idea is, yeah, general players. It's like, the idea is if someone's looking up, what gun do I use? What's the best gun? Like kind of something like that. Like people just looking to see what the meta is quickly, on like almost on a glance. That's what this would be for. What's the meta? Oh, but what build do I use? You know what I mean? I want it super easy. People keep talking about the EM2. EM2's not that good, bro. I don't think. Doesn't compare to these weapons. Chad, is there anything else we can do here? At this point, this is at the like point of video creation for me where I just kind of stare at it and figure out if there's anything I need to change. I'm like 90% confident on it. My brain always hates just knowing there's 10% more I could do and I don't quite know what it is, but we might have to just be like, all right, got to get a video out today. A 90% video is pretty damn good. A 90% accurate, 90% done video. Here, how long is the stream been going for? It might be time to get into actually making the video, and I'm going to be doing that off stream. One second. I gotta set up my second monitor really badly. I hate pulling up Streamlabs and switching, and you guys can see it on the display. I like to have it on the side. All right, what are we at? Oh, Ligma, thank you for the 10. Combine the Holger and the Kilo slow build to the same spot on the list, I'd say. Both are almost the same level. Yeah, I feel like they are, but I don't want to combine them because I want to stay true to the... oh, we're literally at the 2-hour mark. 1:59:55. I want to stay true to the 10 loadouts. Here's 10 loadouts. You set these up, you will be good to go. That is all you need. That's the idea. Super quick. Done. So if I add more and complicate it, like, yeah, that might be more accurate, but I don't know. Granted, also the idea is to give them the 10 and be like, hey, you can modify these and adjust as you need, but here's just good. Okay, that's the main idea, is to give them 10 great starting points. They can adjust from there, but I just want to get right at a solid point. Make it short, best 2 passive and best 2 aggressive and snipers. What do you mean? That does not up to 10, I'm confused. Make it short, best 2 passive and best 2 aggressive and snipers. What do you mean? I'm gonna wait to see what you mean, and then I think I'm ending the stream. We'll call it there. I gotta think about how I'm gonna format the video. Like intro and all that. Like now that I have what I have, I think I'll probably write a script and then film the audio for it and go from there. And I'd say put the kilo slow in the golfer spot. Overall, what? I'd say put the kilo slow in the something spot. Overall, oh, Holger. Then I'd say put the kilo slow in the Holger spot. Overall, it is better for passive. I'd say kilo slow in the Holger spot. But then we have just two Holgers. I think in the video, I'm just gonna mention that the kilo is the kind of weapon that, like, I think I'll have those 10 as the, you know, general glance at like image, but I will mention kind of what we've talked about how the kilo can be an incredible slow play style weapon. The only reason I didn't do that is because there's another weapon, and then I'll get to it, that is a little bit more built for that naturally, and I want to mention it in this video. Something like that, I don't know. Ugh. All right, I think that's it. Thank you guys for helping me make that list. I'm gonna call it now. I'm gonna actually work on the video, because any time I waste now is just time that's eating into my editing and recording time. Yeah, see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Appreciate the help. Ligma, I appreciate the donos and the help as well. Thank you so much, man. You guys will see a video coming out in the next 3-4 hours. Yeah, see you guys. Thank you for watching.